What's up guys, welcome back to Aquatic Elements. Today, as you can see above me, we are at Reef Keeper in Moss End. Now we're going to be heading inside the store and doing a full store tour on their marine and freshwater setups. So let's head inside and let's check it out. Now walking into the front of the store, we'll notice that this shop is heavily marine dominated. Now they've got a big selection of marine fish and corals. And they've also got a really nice selection of freshwater tanks. They've probably got maybe 100, 150 freshwater tanks. But first off, we are going to be heading to the marine fish section, and then we'll make our way through the shop. We've also got a really good selection of dry goods as well, ranging from all your tank equipment to foods. And they've also finally got a pond section, which we'll finish up on. Now, just before we get to the fish section, I'm just checking out this blue marine aquarium, which has got the built-in filtration at the back, and we've got a really nice selection of different hammers, frog spawns and euphilia, and then we've even got some SPS growing up the top, some different aquaporas, forest fire digitata, and then on this side we've got a zoa garden. I think looks like it's quite a new tank, quite a new setup, but a really nice system. Now this is the first section of tanks which we'll take a look round. Now I'll try and point out some of the oddball species, and we'll make our way along each row of tanks. So this is mainly where they keep the majority of their different clownfish. They've got a lot of different types and variants, like the naked clowns you can see there. But there's loads of different types of marine fish. And I would say in the sort of south of England, this is one of the largest marine shops, and they've got a really good selection of fish. Got some black storms there, and a lovely red velvet fairy wrasse in this tank. He's pretty cool, the tank bred Venustus angel. And then we got some blizzard clowns, those white guys just up in the top there. And just a variety of loads of different types and different patterns. Now I will try and cover all of the tanks just so you can see what's available. Now I am shooting this video at the end of June, so by the time the videos come out, quite a lot of these fish will probably still be available. If there's anything you like the look of throughout the video, you can always give them a call and see if they are still around. They're like a Darwin's clown, I think, or a black clown pair, but really good size on them. Adult size fish. And the Laboots fairy wrasse. Then moving up, we've got some rabbit fish, some butterflies, and a different selection of Antheus. And he's pretty cool. Up top, the Arini filefish. I'll try and zoom in on those. Now these were really rare, probably about 4 or 5 years ago, but they've really come down in price now as they're becoming more abundant in the hobby. Really cool looking tilefish. And I've just spotted this wrasse here, the striped one. Check out the coloration and the pattern on him. Looking at some more of the oddballs, this wrasse here is a very unique one. I haven't seen him before, with the blue and orange striping to him. And then in the next tank along, we've got a lovely Fijian Scots fairy wrasse. The blue coloration to him is stunning. Now these I believe these get to around the 6-inch mark, and the colour just gets better and better with age. And then up top, we've got a puffer, we've got a dwarf lionfish, and that stunning majestic angel. And then just down the bottom, a few different clowns, coral beauty, more of your bread and butter fish, got some pajama cardinals as well. And now we're going to come through to this side, where we've got some of the larger fish and some more unique species. Now, as we head through the marine section, as I mentioned, I'm going to point out a lot of the different oddballs, and we will then move to the freshwater section of fish, then through to the coral section. They've got a big selection of corals, lots of different frags and mother colonies as well. And then last but not least, we will move through to the pond section. I'm not really going to cover the dry goods. I might pan through them just to show you what's available. But as with all of the shop tours I do, they're mainly for the fish and corals. This fox face is a lovely size, good 6 inches. China wrasse, the stunning red, the white and blue. One of my favourite wrasses these are, from the Anampsis family. And then up top, we've got some different Anthias. Some tangs, just spotted another China wrasse down here. And then this tank we have got a copper band. A very, very difficult fish to keep, but a very, very common fish as well in the hobby. And you would have noticed throughout the video, we've got all the pricing and the names of the fish above the tanks. Now these guys are absolutely beautiful. Another very tricky fish to keep is the orange spotted filefish. Now these predominantly eat SPS corals or hard stony corals, but they got that stunning turquoise base with the blue and turquoise and the orange spots to them. They've got a big 1-spot fox face, the Australian stripies, which are really, really good at eating your aptasias. But I definitely would say these guys are reef safe with caution. You can definitely nibble on your other corals. And then we've got that blue throat trigger. We've also got a Emperor Angel down in the corner there. Now just for reference, these tanks are around 6 feet by 2 feet by 2 feet. And I've just spotted this guy down here. Now I don't know if he's some kind of eel maybe. Looks like he's interested in the camera. If you know what he is, feel free to drop a comment down in the comment section. We come to another one of their displays, or fish only displays. I believe this is an Annularis angel. The blue pattern striping to him is absolutely beautiful. Got pyramid butterfly, blonde nasotang, a scribbled angel in the back there. I believe this is a king angel, glass surfing at the front of the tank for us. And I think they've got the TMC lights above this tank. Now, in this tank here, we've got some really cool tile fish. The blue throat tiles, just spotted the tag up there, and up here we've got this huge gramma or black cap basslet. Now I'll try and capture all of the tanks as I move across. Up top we've got some yellow wrasse. We've also got a Sohal tang and a Solon fairy wrasse. We've still got more clowns dotted throughout. These guys are really cool. I believe these are albino. They look like they've got red eyes to them. Let's see. Tangerine clowns. So it's these guys here, but they definitely got that albinism gene. They look like they've got red eyes. It might be quite hard to see on camera. But they've got no black pigment on them. Got Helfrichi firefish. There's some more of those black clowns there. And then moving through, we've got some Amphius, some different tangs. We've got yellow tang, tank bred. Now these tend to get a lot more yellow as they get older. They can be quite pale as the smaller fish. Very, very good selection of both reef safe with caution, and non-reef safe fish. The Harlequin tusk, lovely fish from Australia up top. Beautiful coloration to him. But yeah, the selection's great, and all of the tanks are super clean. I haven't seen one dirty tank, and this is midweek. I haven't even come on a weekend, so generally the Maidenhead Aquatics and the Fishkeeper stores will be cleaning their tanks midweek, ready for that weekend, but these are all super, super clean. And all of the fish look healthy. I haven't seen a single fish with white spot, which is great to see with the number of fish that they've got. Now, moving on to the cleanup crew section, you can see we've got a boxing shrimp, got some cleaner shrimp, moving through to some peppermints, good for your aptasia, and then we've got some sea urchins, some tuxedos, some purple spines. And then some slightly smaller sea urchins for your smaller tanks. And then in here I've just spotted some sexy shrimp. If I try and zoom in on him, really, really nice shrimp there. And just next to them, I've spotted a harlequin shrimp which eats Asterina starfish. And there's that sea lettuce just there. We've got some cucumbers. I was about to call them tiger tails, but they're not. And that starfish is beautiful. I believe that one is the Australian biscuit starfish. And then moving on to some very, very blue tanks, hosting some rock anemones. And there's one of the tiger tail cucumbers tucked right at the back, alongside an arrow crab, great for eating bristleworms, unwanted bristleworms in your aquariums. And last but not least, on the clean net crew section, we've got some emerald crabs, hermits, conches. Now I don't know what this guy is, but I've just spotted him at the back. Definitely some type of crab species. You see him just tucked back there, blending in with the rocks. He's very, very cool. See if he's labelled up. Must be this guy, calico crab. Very, very interesting. And then we got some red leg hermits and some fire shrimp. Now we're moving on to the last section of the marine fish, and then we'll head over to the tropical section and look at what oddballs we can find and unique fish we can find there. Got some bannerfish, chromis, got lemon peel down in the bottom. Got lovely little French angel here, absolutely tiny. And then check out the dogface puffer. And then we've got a regal angel up top, alongside the powder blue, just tucked in this corner here. Another regal angel. Very, very stunning fish. We've got some little nano gobies for your smaller tanks. And then with these, maybe a Picasso clown pair. Quite an old established pair. And then up top we've got a blue Chinese blue line angel, Fijian fox, and a wrasse, and then a very, very big purple tang. Big, big pajama cardinal, very, very big. And then down the bottom we've got a black scopas tang, some cardinals, red spot cardinals, coral beauty, few different wrasse species, and a lovely gem tang. These used to be very, very rare and really expensive, but they definitely come down in price a lot. You can see him there, 449. And then check out the pink tail trigger up the top. We do have a marine display tank just here, so this is the last of the marine fish, and then we'll move through to the freshwater section. I'll try and get a side-on view. We've got another one of the dogface puffers, but this guy's a lot bigger. And check out this little boxfish. I believe this is the Hawaiian variant. Feel free to correct me in the comment section. And we've got some really cool fish in there, some different angels, big, big purple tang. And now we are coming on to the freshwater section. Now I will move through some of the bread and butter fish fairly quickly, because I'm sure you've seen a lot of them before. Got different variants of platies, mollies, and guppies. So I'll just quickly show you the different colours. I won't spend too long on those. And then we're going to come through to the barb section, and also where they keep their fighters and shrimp. So we've got some different barbs at the top, from the 6-banded to the golds. And then we've also got some cherry barbs, and then the albino and longfin variant of the cherries. We've got some red, blues, more of the sort of standard fighters. They don't have any sort of kois or anything like that. And then coming down to the invert section, or the shrimp section, loads of cherry shrimp, and you've got some different colours here. We've got some blues, oranges. So you can get a bit of a close-up there. I think they've just been given their breakfast. You can see these guys are pretty close to the glass. Nice selection of cherry shrimp and nerite snails. Up top we've got some neons, some black phantoms. Now these are quite cool, these loaches down the bottom. I don't think I've seen those before. Well, they're listed as the Zodiac loaches. We've got some nice Adolphi cories down bottom, alongside the Ember Tetras. And then moving through, we've got some Panda, or Pygmy cories I should say, for your nano tanks and your albino cories there. This fighter's pretty cool. From my memory, it might be a cellophane fighter. Oh, they've got a zebraplex just tucked in here. See if we can get a zoom in on him. Don't think we're going to get some focus because we are being photobombed by that cellophane fighter, but there is a zebraplex just tucked under there. And then more of your standard bread and butter fish. And wow, check out the coolie loach. Might be the fattest coolie loach I've ever seen. Huge, huge belly on him, or her. And it looks like they've got some giant African fan shrimp tucked back there as well. Now, I believe there are some plex dotted throughout the tanks. Now, I haven't really looked through the tanks. I've literally just come in, got the camera out, so I am seeing these for the first time with you guys. And then moving through, we've got the planter tanks. And then they've got more plants over here, some Anubias Java ferns and the bunch plants as well. Now, I'm going to move through to this tropical section. You can probably hear in the background, there's a really loud fan, so I do apologise about that. I'm going to start off with the African cichlids, check out the different colours that they've got. Hopefully that fan's not too noisy in the background. We've got assorted Mbunas, some Tropheus. These are quite cool, these Tropheus. Now these guys definitely colour up a lot more as they get older. And then another fish from Lake Tanganyika. Really, really unique pattern to them, the striping. And we've got some bumblebees. We've got the VC10s at the top. And I believe these are shell dwellers in here. A nano or very small species of African cichlid. Great for smaller tanks. And then we come on to more of the larger African cichlids. We've got some mixed peacocks and an Mbuna. And we've also got some more in the sump down here. And I can spot a Synodontis. I believe that is a Petricola in the back. Now hopefully I'm capturing the prices above the tanks. If you do see anything you do like, feel free to pause the video. Now we are coming to the fancy goldfish section, which is right below that fan, so apologies, I hope it's not too noisy, but I won't probably dwell on this section for too long. We've got some ranchus, a nice little chocolate aranda down here. It's quite a nice fish, quite good body shape to him. And then we've got some standard aranda. We've got the Ryukins. We've got some weather loaches, American flagtails up top, and just a selection of different Danios, minnows, a few gouramis in there as well. Got some different Berkshire in here. These guys have probably got to be around 12 inches long. You can see we've got an ornate Berkshire at the back there. This could be a Delhazy. I'm not the best on my Berkshire identification, but they've got about 6 or 7 different Berkshire in there. Now this shop definitely, by the looks of it, specialises in just the bread and butter fish. Lots of standard tropical fish, and their main focus is the marine section, which we obviously still haven't finished. They do have some nice plex though. Got a lovely leopard cactus pleco in there, an L114. And there are some more dotted around. Got some Hyperanthistrus species in here. We've got some whiptails in here. But I would say if you're looking for your standard tropical fish, a really, really good range and a good selection of small and medium-sized tropical fish, this is a great store. They definitely aren't stocking anything that gets too big. Obviously we saw those Berkshires. But it's quite nice to see that they're not stocking any monster fish that people won't be able to house and that people inevitably bring back to the shops. And they're stocking fish that any fish keeper can manageably keep in their home aquariums. See, we've got the blue eye plex just down there. And we've got some female fighters, some different colours. And the celestial pearl danios, lovely small fish they've got in there, really, really nice pattern to them. And those plex tucked in the back corner. This is the last row of tropical tanks. I've just spotted some panax on the wood there. Lovely species of pleco. Now they definitely do have quite a good selection of plecos. I've seen at least 10 different varieties, if not 20. All tucked under the wood, so you definitely got to keep an eye out. These are really cool. I think that's an L25. Even the green phantoms tucked back there that we missed. We've even got some eels in this tank that I completely would have missed. It's definitely worth looking really, really closely at the tanks. Got some ghost knives in here. Raphael catfish tucked in there. They're also tucked in the tube at the back, alongside those angels. I would say this row, I'm definitely looking at, this last row has some more of the odd, unique and slightly rarer species that you wouldn't see. We've got some nice fire red agassiz, and we've got the panda apistogramma. Some more barbs, these are quite nice. Really nice patterns of them. Probably going towards a monster fish are these snakeheads, these Pultra snakeheads. And then last but not least, we've got some empire gudgeon with some plex in there. They're pretty cool, almost like a snowball. And then we've got these very, very large pygmy puffers. Now these are big. I know they don't seem too big, but they've definitely got good size to them. We've got loads in stock. And I've just spotted the red-eyed red-tail puffers. There's a few of those dotted throughout this tank. You see there's one right at the front for us. And that is all of the tropical fish. So let's take a look at some of the displays, and then we can head over to the fish and corals, which they've got lined throughout all of those bays there. So the first display they've got is this, I'd say more of a cold water, temperate water display with some large danios, barbs, some lovely Odessa barbs in there. There's quite a lot of natural sunlight coming through the door, so it's going to be a little bit tricky to capture. If I come through the end, get close, you can see the lovely red coloration on those Odessa barbs. I think they've got some rainbow shiners in there as well. We've got this beautiful planter tank, very, very simplistic, with the Harlequin rasboras and the neon tetras. And that they are being lit by the AI primes in this aquamarine tank. I think these are the Venezuelan cories down the bottom, with some ottos and some cherry shrimp. I think they are feeding off of that Nova tab just stuck on the glass there. This is the selection of dry goods that they've got. Many different tanks, koi foods, substrates, tanks from the aquamarines to the blue marines, and then all of your reefing gear, from your rollers, lots of sea chem products, and then your fluvial products as well for your freshwater stuff. But now let's head through, take a look at the corals that they've got, because they do have a really good selection of corals. And alongside the marine fish, this is definitely the speciality. So first off in this tank, I'll try and keep a little bit of a distance so you can see all the pricing if there's anything you guys watching like. We've got some big bubble corals, Montes, we've got some dragon soul torches, lots of different euphilia, and some Favites, and a massive chalice at the back. These are beautiful, lovely red and blue colour, and this green one as well. Now moving through, we've got lots more bubble corals, fox corals, some lovely mushrooms here, sort of like a forest Phyrodactys, and then we've got some Dorata clams, some big Montiporas, Heliofungia, plate corals, big Goni colonies, some large trumpet colonies, And this chalice is stunning. It's like a magma lava chalice. Lovely green rim to it and the gold and orange coloration. And then we've got some elegance, some lobos. And I believe each one of these tanks is around 8 foot long. And they've got a good 8 tanks, so a lot of corals. Nice different selection of Kenya tree sinularias, some zoas, lots of different sizes as well. So if you want your big mother colonies, they've got them. They've also got the smaller frags as well. Now we're moving on to some clove polyps and some zoa gardens. Got a nice selection of different coloured zoas. Now we've got quite a few anemones in here. We've got the bubble tip anemones. You can see with these, I think they're Clarky clownfish that the anemones are hosting. And then these tanks are being lit by the, I think it's the Radions by Ecotech. We've got some lovely corals in here, some really nice mushrooms. And some nice zoa gardens as well. And coming on, we've got the Holy Grail torches, a lovely green and yellow coloration to the stems, alongside the golds. Nice selection of torches. And then last of the really blue tanks, we've got some mushrooms and just some small frags. Only £12 each, so nice easy frags. Now moving across to this tank's being lit by the AI blades. So quite a new light on the market. We've got some stunning pieces. Now just as the second frag, if I can get it to focus, we've got a Holy Grail acan. And then we've got some small Acropora frags and some large colonies. Some nice fungias, green and orange. This guy's really cool. You can see next to my hand, he's a good 4.5 inches across. And then we got the Cataphilias as well. And a lovely captive bred Scully, I believe, or fragged Scully, the bleeding apple, along with those green scented Cynarinas. And that lovely orange chalice back there. That Lobo is huge, bigger than my fist for sure. Some beautiful acans. These are £42, quite good value for the colour. Got loads of different chalices, SPS. You can see they got all named up on the bottom, so you can see all of the names and a nice easy pricing as well. Moving through, we've got some really good looking Yuma mushrooms, some orange Yumas. Lots of really small frags. These Lobos are nice. Bloody Blueberry Lobo. That's a great name. And these Sunny D zoas are looking very, very nice. Now it looks like all of the tanks here are lit with the Ecotech Radions and the AI blade, so they're getting a very, very nice blue pop to them. And the corals are looking absolutely great. You'll see throughout all of the coral tanks, they've got a nice selection of different cleanup crew fish, from your tangs and your algae blennies or your starry blennies like that, just to keep on top of the maintenance for them. You see the frag tanks are very, very clean. And they've got a lovely selection of different zoas, all your name zoas, from your scrambled eggs to your laser lemons, hot shots, candy apples. And then moving on to some Acroporas, some SPS. We've got some trumpets as well. Now last but not least, this is the last tank of coral before we head out to the pond section and wrap up the video. We've got some photosynthetic gorgonians. It's quite nice. Acan echinata. Just a really nice variety of really well grown out frags. Check out these Acroporas. The tanks are very, very clean. They look stunning. And that is the end of the coral section. So that is all of that coral section in the middle there. And that is all of the indoor fish, all the tropical fish, marine fish. So we're going to head outside now and check out the koi section. Now moving on to the koi and pond fish section, we've got some sticklebacks in here, we've got some shabumpkins, some canary goldfish. Look like we've got some grass carp in here. That's pretty cool. Don't see that in a Maidenhead Aquatics or Fishkeeper too often. Alongside the comet goldfish, and we've got some tench in there as well. I think they are black goldfish or mirror carp in there. Very, very difficult to see because they're really dark coloration. And now in this section we've got some ghosties, we've got some orf as well. Some Sarasa comets. More of the koi, we've got I think some longfin varieties in there, some butterflies. Oh, it says we've got some gudgeon in here. And now we definitely got some butterfly koi in here, mix of metallics. Moving up slightly bigger as we go. Nice selection of pond fish. And then some slightly bigger koi. Now I don't know if these are Japanese koi. I would say they probably aren't, but there's definitely a possibility that they are. It doesn't say on the labels. And then moving up to the large size, which these guys are £150 each. They're around, I'd say, the 12-inch mark. Some goshki. This goshki's pretty nice. These are definitely Japanese koi. Then last but not least, we've got the pond showroom. We've got your Awazi products, you've got your nets, Laguna filters, and then the big main koi pond, which I've been told they've sold quite a few koi out of, so it's not too stocked at the moment. We've got a big Shiratsuri here, Shisui, and some different metallics mixed in there, probably around the 6,000 to 7,000 litre mark. You can see along the back section they've got the selection of different pond plants, as it is now pond season. It's quite nice, the kin Hiatsuri. And that is the full tour of Fishkeeper Moss End. Really, really nice selection of especially marine fish and coral. That's definitely what this shop specialises in. Definitely worth a visit if you do keep any saltwater tanks or marines. I'm going to wrap up the video there. And that is it for today's video here at Reef Keeper Moss End. An absolutely fantastic store with a brilliant selection of fish. Really, really good range of marines, marine fish, corals, and the freshwater sections as well. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video. We've got a lot more fish tank tours and fish shop tours coming to the channel very soon. So make sure to hit that subscribe button. But thank you all for watching. Remember to keep those water changes up, and happy fish keeping.